What is reality? What is illusion? Who am I? The body, the mind, or the consciousness beyond? Thousands of years ago, sage Vasistha revealed these truths to young Prince Lord Rama. Wisdom that resolves sorrow, suffering, and awakens enlightenment. This is Yoga Vasistha, the dialogue between seeker and the sage, where every question of life finds its ultimate answer. Right? Want to know how to end suffering and live in peace, not by escaping the world, but by understanding it. That is called Yoga Vasistha. Timeless wisdom between the Prince Rama and Sage Vasistha. Let's unfold it today. So Prince Lord Rama, confused by suffering of the life, and turns to his guru for answers. What unfolds next is not just a conversation, it's a journey into the nature of reality itself. Yoga Vasistha is that journey. A dialogue reveals the how to overcome sorrow, master the mind, and realize the self. My friends, Yoga Vasistha is very old, and it had come in uh, Treta Yugam, and Bhagavad Gita come in Dwapara Yugam. So with 32,000 slokas, the profound knowledge included in these, and what made Rama the god is knowledge of Vasistha Gita or Yoga Vasistha, because at the age uh, sage Prince Rama becomes a Vairagya. He gets the Vairagya. Why I'm living? What is this life? What is this wars? And why should I live? Why should I fight? So I am leaving this uh, Raja. I'm going to forest. Such kind of Vairagya he gets. That time That time, sage Vasistha gives this profound knowledge to Prince Rama of Ayodhya, right? Who is experiencing the profound dissection and seeking answers about the nature of life and sorrow. Because the philosophy is more expensive, and to understand this kind of a profound knowledge, one has to experience a certain kind of life, and the eligibility to understand, to seek for this knowledge is vairagya. You have to get irritation on your life. You have to get what is this nonsense of life kind of feeling. Then you start searching for yourself, and you start searching for introspect yourself, and the questions will start within you. Who am I? Why am I here? Why am I doing what am I doing? Right? These kind of questions when comes within you, then the self knowledge starts, right? So that is the eligibility to learn this profound knowledge. The knowledge comes when you start introspecting, and the introspection comes by suffering. When you suffer within you, when you ask that kind of questionings, when you burn inside, these kind of thoughts will come, and you start searching for yourself. So one has to experience a certain kind of ups and downs, and pain and pleasure and sufferings, and happiness and sadness in life, to understand this profound knowledge, right? So the great thing here is, this is linked with so many Vedas, And the deepest scripture on the consciousness and liberation is called Vasistha Gita. Vasistha Gita, the wisdom of infinite consciousness. And this is the dialogue between the Vasistha and Lord Rama. And taken from the last text Yoga Vasistha. And this is linked with the Vedanta philosophy. And it is all together through the pure knowledge and self-consciousness. You take any kind of scriptures, any kind of Vedas, any kind of Gita, whether it is a Vasistha Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, anything, all the scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, and Puranas, Itihasas, everything starts with you, yourself. Who are you? What are you? And it goes so many places, so many things, it covers so many places. Again, at the end, it comes to you, and it will end there. That means you is such an important philosophy. It starts, everything explains about you, all the scriptures. That means if you know yourself who you are, then you can unfold the knowledge of universe. That is the reason all our scriptures, it is a mental maturity and self-introspection, and it is a kind of a self-enquiry, asking the question and seeking the answer. So that is a very, very profound thing in our scriptures, our Vedas, our Upanishads, our Gitas. Everything is all about seeking, self-seeking, asking the question, learning from the questions. Such an important and amazing scriptures, all our scriptures are, right? See, so it's all about the illusion Maya. It talks about what creates the illusion. Your mind itself is a big illuder. It is a big culprit for you. You should know the mind game, how it plays the things. The moment you are happy right now, one small thought comes to you, something happened some many years back, that bad one event, one situation, one thought, when you are very happy, that one thought hit your mind, then entire situation spoils you immediately. And you become very irritated, and you make the people around you make irritated, and you really behave, your behavior changes, and you make the people around you suffering because of one small thought which you are not able to manage because of your mind and your ignorance, because you don't know how to react, you don't know how to respond, you always react. The pause between, small pause between reaction and response, that is what creates the consciousness, right? For example, these all sentences there, if there is a no space in between these sentences, then you can't even, it will not create any meaning, right? You can't even read this sentence. There is no meaning for that. The pauses, the space between these words create the meaning for this sentence. So the pause between reaction and response is such an important thing. When you can observe it, when you can consciously aware about the situation, the events, and your mind, how it reacts and responds to the events, when you are able to press that pause button between the reaction and response, that is where consciousness, true consciousness, shows your witnessing of observation of situation or event. This is the profound knowledge of Vedanta. That is the observation of yourself. That is the observation of your emotions, your body, your thoughts. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not your emotions, you are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness observer in between all those things. right? The central theme is that the soul is undergoing a dream, illusion, and that the manifest whole is ultimately unreal and like a mirage. The perception of the world in miseries is caused by our illusion, our own maya, our own mind, right? So, Brahman Atman vividly describe the nature of Parabrahma, Supreme God consciousness, and Atman, eternal self, as blissful, supreme, and non-dual, and permanent and pure. Liberation comes from the moment with the realization is attained. You have to realize yourself. You know that when you are attached to your body, you should know that when you are attached to your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your behavior, right? At the same time, you should be conscious that you are not the mind, you are not the feelings, you are not your thoughts, right? When you know that consciously, when you maintain that distance between you, your body, your mind, your emotions, you will see that profound knowledge. People always spend the life in suffering. I lost this, I lost money, I lost some beloved person, I lost my position, I lost this and that. Some people are too much attached to the uh, name, fame, money, property, knowledge, wisdom. Some people are more attached to wisdom. Yes, that is what you have to. If you want to attach anything, you have to attach to wisdom. Some people more attached to persons. Suddenly, some person disappear, they will become mad. Some people more attached to a wife, children, family, more attached to the money, position, power. So, yes, attachment is good. You attach to the person because you have to live in this world. Without attachment, nobody can live in this world. At the same time, you should be conscious of this knowledge. You should know that when I am not what I am. So at that time, the suffering is limited. You can observe your suffering. You can observe your experiences. You can observe your happiness. You can observe your sadness as well. And you never ever be always attached to that one. If something happens, you detach and you come out and you move on. That is what is the importance of all this philosophy. Boss, you are this, you are not that. Realize, never ever suffer. Everything is impermanent in the life. Nothing is permanent. Everything in a sky, if you look at the sky and if you see all the clouds come and go, come and go, come and go. If you go to the seashore and observe the waves, all the waves come and go, come and go, come and go. Nothing is attached, everything is impermanent. If you observe your thoughts, all the sad thoughts and happiness thoughts, joyful thoughts, painful thoughts, miserable thoughts, come and go, come and go, come and go. If you attach to that one, it will stay. That is the reason, never ever attach to anything. Be aware, be conscious, witness those experiences. That is the essence of this philosophy. All these philosophies in our scriptures make you liberate, free, who you are, what you are. That is the idea. So when you deep dive into the concept, you listen today, you are listening, and you will aware that one. Again, you will forget. You you go into the normal public. For example, you are using a car. Every day you have to use it, and you go to office, come down, and the car and the front glass of the car, some dirt will always every day since you are using it. Every day it will appear. So what you have to do? You have to clean it. Again, you have to travel, right? It is a daily process, daily habit. So you need to meditate yourself. Sravana, manana, nididhyasa. You have to sravana, you have to listen, you have to memorize it, repeat it. Then only this conscious knowledge will be there with you forever. Like how you clean your car glasses every day to travel, you need to remember these scriptures, this knowledge. It will make you more profound, liberated, conscious. Something happens also, you will be detached from it, it will not hit you anymore. So attachment is, you should know the awareness of attachment, and not, you should know along with the attachment what you are, who you are. Then you will automatically detach from the attachments. You will come out of the cage or imprisonment of the mind, and you see the world, enjoy the world, and you feel yourself as a Satchit Ananda. And no one can shake you, break you forever. That is the idea of all these scriptures, to enlighten you, to give the more knowledge, to make you more freedom. The core teachings of Yoga Vasistha are rooted with Advaita Vedanta and can be summarized as follows. The world of illusion, that is called Maya, Maya created by mind, right? Cycle of birth and death in confusion, optical illusion, much like a dream or a marriage, right? Only consciousness is real. The essential core text is the Gnostic philosophy that only the pure and consciousness, Brahman, Atman, everything else is fleeting appearance created by mind. The power of mind, because the source for all miseries, happiness, joy, sadness is called our mind. The mind is the source, and actions are created through thoughts, not just physical deeds. Liberation is achieved when mind conditioning and imagination comes to rest. In a deep sleep, some people say that one, I had a very good sleep last night. But you are in the sleep. But how do you know? How did you? Who has experienced your sleep? Your body is there. You don't know your body not experienced. Someone is experienced that awareness, that consciousness, that observer is called you. That experience you are telling us, I had a wonderful sleep. So when mind is silent, when mind is rest, when mind is sleeping, you see yourself. If you go in deep meditation, you observe yourself. You distance yourself from your body, your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. Liberation through knowledge and self-effort. The text explains how to attain liberation while still living. The knowledge, action that places a strong emphasis on self-effort over fate. Basically, there is a 6 stages of practice that have a major actions and further liberation. The first one is vairagya. You should have a dispassion to worldly pleasures. You need to you need to detach yourself. You need to get vairagya. What is this life? Why I'm doing what I'm doing? Why should I do? Is it life is only this much? That questioning when it comes within you, you start inquiry, self-introspect, and you start the inquiry. That is what the whole idea of the philosophy. When you start asking the questions, you will get the answers. Lord Krishna has given all the answers to Arjuna because of question and answering. When you seek, or if you go to the Google, you ask something, then only it comes. If you knock the door, only it will open. If you search for something, you can find it. Similar way, all the questions in Vasistha, Prince Lord is asking so many questions, and Sage Vasistha is answering all the things, telling this is the you, this is what around you, this is not you, and this is what impacts you. What are the illusions? What are your thinkings, behaviors? All these are not you. You are this, know that. You are Ananda, you are Sachidananda, you are existence, consciousness, and bliss. You are not that. You are not the suffering. You are not the pain, pleasure, happiness, joy, sadness, nothing. Chaitanya, you are the consciousness. So when Lord says, question and answering, question and answering, question and answering, all Siva Purana is question and answering. So the profound knowledge you seek when you introspect and start searching for yourself, longing for liberation, describing the qualities and behavior of genuine spiritual seeker, explaining the creation of world by the mind. This mind is the cage, and Smriti, preservation, discussing the nature of existence, free will, creativity, focusing on the dissolution of the world appearance. How? Because you are imagining this is the world. For example, the you within you, what is imagining, if not able to imagine the world, if you close the eyes, the entire universe is disappearing. Nothing exists to you. When you open the eyes, then only it exists to you. Then where it is existing? Within yourself, within your mind, within your emotions, within your thoughts. If you close the mind, everything gone. So you should realize that within yourself, that mechanism is there to interpret this universe. That mind tricks, you should aware about it, and focusing on the delusion of the world appearance. It's all about Maya and liberation, describing the state of enlightened being, Jivan Mukti. So this kind of knowledge, when you see that, you will acknowledge the awareness of experience, and you will surrender yourself, and you will come out of your sufferings. You will come out of your ignorance. So that is the whole idea, whole idea, whole idea. Think about yourself and think about your emotions. These you are caged about within these things, and you have to go beyond these emotions, these senses, these self-impression things. So then you can see the yourself with pure consciousness. So either you go for self-inquiry, self-introspection, self-knowledge, and detach and liberate yourself. Your capital I. I is the ego. When you leave that ego, you see that what is the awareness allows you explore the world of nature. You surrender yourself to nature. This kind of awareness comes by once you suffer in your realization, you suffer your wealth, you suffer your health, you suffer your mental health, you start after that questioning yourself. You surrender yourself to the nature. When you do that one, then you realize your complexity, you experience the level, you go beyond your mind, right? That self-realization is what you are, your conscious, serious inquiry about yourself only you get it. The pain and pleasure goes beyond the self. So the four gatekeepers for to the freedom, that self-control, sanity, and self-inquiry, who am I? And the most important is being satisfied, contentment. So Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that one whom he likes more is the persons who are more contented, equanimous, not disturbed by any events or situations. That will make you only through knowing about the self and God. So, and satsang, associating with the who realizes the truth. So when you get these kind of impacts, when you realize this kind of knowledge, you will be a liberation to the freedom. The power of mind. The mind is presented as a creator of the world. All experiences are a product of thoughts and conditioning of the mind. Karma, impression on the actions, is created through thoughts, not solely the actions of the body. Self-effort, it emphasizes the human efforts greater than the fate must be used for self-betterment. The world is nothing but a projection of your mind. Realize this and be free. The text teaches that mind alone is cause of bondage and liberation. When the mind dissolves, the self and pure consciousness shines in its full glory. When you know that one, everything is permanent, impermanent, everything comes and goes like a clouds in a sky and like a waves on the seashore, you will feel, you will be liberated, and that conscious knowledge always make you free. Everything is self. There is no second reality. Universe exists as concept in the mind like a dream. You are a dreamer. You are a dreamer in the dreams. Again you get the dreams, and that dreams again you get the dreams. So realize self as a pure awareness, and mere repels to consciousness, and like a lotus on the water. You may attach 100 things in your business, you may attach 100 things in your job, and you may 100 things in your family life, or any your profession, or your daily activities. At the same time, attachment is not a problem. But if you don't know that the ultimate reality is something else, then you will suffer in this attachment. That is the whole concept of this knowledge. Always make you aware that you are not that, you are not that, you are not that, you are not this, you are not that, you are this. This conscious existence knowledge always make you happy. That is the whole idea of all this knowledge. The eternal witness of all experiences, and this is called consciousness, chitta. Mind projects the illusion. Adi Sankaracharya says that when illusion maya, and be aware of about the maya, and mental construction with no absolute reality. Liberation, I am the pure consciousness beyond the mind and body. Freedom from the desire, natural calmness. The best example to describe this one, there is a huge hill. You are sitting on the top of the hill, and below that hill, lot of some villages there. Hundreds of the people are there, And they are doing, some people are coming, some people are going, some people are talking, some people are fighting, some people are uh, killing, right? Killing some other people. And some people are praying, some people are making bhajans, some people are traveling. You are the person sitting on top of the hill and observing all these events and situations, pains and pleasures of these people, and sufferings of these people. So, when you detach yourself and when you're making your body, mind, emotions separately, when you observe all these experiences from a distance, then you can understand the real drama. So the person sitting on top of the hill can observe all these things without any emotions, without any detachments, without any concerns, feelings and behaviors. That is called who you observer. So that is the way what you have to see the life. That is the way what you have to observe the life. You know, should be attached and you should be an observer. That is the whole knowledge what profound all these Gitas give this profound knowledge in order to make you better in life. You are not bound, O Rama, you are a pure consciousness, the witness of all, ever free and unattached. The mind creates the world and the mind destroys it. When the mind is in silent, the world vanishes. When you sleep in the night, nothing exists to you. You are died almost. You don't know anything. You are very peaceful. You are sleeping. You are enjoying your sleep. And again, today or tomorrow morning, you wake up. Again, this world appears. All this imagination, fear, thoughts, emotions, feelings, everything come into the mind. You start observing yourself. You start experiencing things. You start visualizing your problems, your emotions, your sufferings, your rejections, your regrets. Everything come into the mind, and that the thoughts, emotion, feelings, behavior will again make you suffer, suffer, suffer. When you detach, when consciously observe, when consciously test this spiritual knowledge, when you listen, when you experience it, then you see yourself. You acknowledge yourself. That is the idea of these concepts. To know the truth, look within, not in the scriptures, not in the heavens. You have to look into yourself. You should observe yourself. So human suffering are nature of the life. Desire for the freedom from the human suffering. Liberation from the nature of the life and human suffering comes from the spiritual living. Efforts required to live a spiritual life. Theories of existence including a creativity from free will. Liberation for practitioner and bliss of enlightenment. When you suffer, 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 that enlighten introspection and that questioning will start. You start searching for yourself. That time, the Guru, the sage, when appears in front of you, gives this knowledge, then this knowledge you can understand. So everybody cannot understand just by reading the scriptures. It is just like a text, and they will forget, or some people don't even understand this. What is this? So in order to understand, digest this knowledge and experiment and remember and keep in your mind requires a certain kind of life experiences. So I am that infinite, eternal, blissful. So recognize that you are never bound. That is the teaching. So the beautiful concept I just want to experiment here, the very simple concept you can easily understand. So you are self, you are experiencing through body, mind, intellect. You are the experiencer. So through body, through perceiving the things, you can experience. Mind through feelings, you can feel. And intellect through thinking, it will experience. The thinker through thoughts will experience. The feelings comes from emotions, and perceiving objectives you experience. This is called the body perspectives, objective, and mind feels the emotions, mind feelings and emotions, and the intellect thinks thoughts. This is the way you have to see the experiences. You are the consciousness through vasanas, conditioned experiences. The, through your body, the perceiver perceives the objects. Through the mind, you feel the emotions. Through the intellect, the thinkers through emotions can experience. The object of experience, actions of experience, and subject of experience. Conditioned experience through vasanas. These vasanas will carry from so many bodies and so many lives, and you are constant. That is called consciousness. So experiment of experience, experiences individually go world of experience. So when you understand these profound concepts, you can think, you observe yourself, you analyze yourself, you come out with a new concept, you understand yourself, so that you never attach. Even though you attach to multiple things, you will always detach with the attachment of with the detachment. That makes you more meaningful and move forward and help to the people, and make yourself conscious, make others also conscious. That is the whole idea of these scriptures and profound knowledge, wherever it was said in Vedas, Upanishads, and Gitas, and everywhere, right? We should know about this knowledge to make ourselves more meaningful, profound life.